Jody, more goals scored now than conceded after a bit of a shaky defensive start to the season. How pleasing is that for you to see? And I know you work on a lot of the attacking play and the shape, so it must be good for you to see some more goals going in at the right end.
Yeah, we've all worked very, very hard, coaching staff in terms of making the team better in possession and creating more opportunities. And the great thing is now is we are creating a lot of opportunities. I don't even think our goals for column is doing justice the amount of opportunities we are creating, and it's coming from all different people. There's no one person, no one focal point. Obviously there's been a couple of people that have found good form at the moment, but it's coming from all over the field. The creative play, the bright football, the forward runs, and there's not a lot of selfishness. You're seeing people like square it for people, cut it back for people, and it's really pleasing to see.
And like you mentioned, there's no one sort of player that we're relying on to put the goals away. We've also got some options to come back into the squad. You've Mitch Brundles, Harold Odometes, got McQueen and Gordon coming back from international duty. Do you think that's a positive? I know it's a bit of a selection headache, but it's quite an interchangeable front line to say the least.
Yeah, I'm sure the manager would like to have that selection headache, to have competition and to have fresh bodies and fresh minds to bring back in. We played a game behind closed doors on Tuesday, which was good for people who needed minutes to get minutes. So that was a positive, and there was lots of bright things we saw in that game, certainly going forward. So yeah, it's a very good position to be in. We're working with much smaller numbers this year, which we kind of feel is healthy. But yeah, the numbers that are here are competitive, and I think there's lots of different permutations that we could use and still look strong.
We face Torquay at the weekend. They're within 3 points of us. How important is it to extend maybe sort of the distance between ourselves and those teams by taking points away from home for certain?
We've done well away from home so far this season. Maybe not always seen the job through and got the 3 points, but we've certainly been hard to beat away from home. Torquay have started well. Extremely experienced manager, and manager I really admire in Gary Johnson. I watched them closely last year when they were in the National South. Kind of ran away with it really once they pulled away from Woking. It's going to be a tough game. It's going to be a tough place to go. At least not for the journey and the way it affects your preparation. If we can go down there and play on the front foot and be positive and create the opportunities we have been creating, there's no reason we can't get 3 points. But we're very aware how difficult it's going to be, and we're not naive enough to think just because we're on a good run that you go somewhere like Torquay and win.
And we're only into the second month of the season, but we find ourselves having played almost a quarter of the games already. Would you say you're pleased with the overall start and the position we find ourselves in midway through September?
I think if you're being honest, we weren't pleased with the start, the first few weeks. How could we be? We didn't pick up as many points as we would have hoped, and we probably didn't play as well as we would have hoped. But in the last 7-8 games, we're seeing steady progress every week, not just in terms of results, but in terms of the way we're performing, and our organisation without the ball is improving all the time. And as I touched on earlier, we're creating more and more chances every game. So we're certainly pleased with how the performances are improving week on week. Again, you'd always like to turn some of those positive positions into wins. I think we've had four 1-1 draws where we've been leading 1-0. We'd like to have capitalised on them a little bit more. So yeah, we're pleased to be in the playoff places, and we're well aware now that we need to keep performing at a high level to stay in those places. But I don't think we're over the moon with it, because I think we all know that there are things we could do better, and there's still room for improvement. So as much as we're up in the area of the league where we want to be, we still want to do better.
And we've played all of the current top 7 apart from Barnet, who we'll face early in October. How much of a plus do you see it that we're in a playoff spot, having already played a lot of those teams that are around us from early on?
Well, that obviously suggests we've played the teams in form. I think it's very early days in the league, and I'm not sure the top 7 will be the top 7 come April. But we've obviously had to face teams that are in good form, like Halifax away, Woking at home, amongst others. So probably two teams that weren't massively fancied before the season started, but they've had great starts and turned out to be really tough fixtures for us. So yeah, it's a positive that we've played those games. But I think you look further down the table, there's going to be some really tough games. There's some big clubs down there with strong squads that are only going to get better as the season goes on. So I don't think you can look too much at the league table at the moment or too much at the teams you've played. But yeah, certainly you're right. We've played some of the form sides, and to still find ourselves in that top 7 is pleasing.
And after Saturday, we go back to a bit more of the hectic nature that we saw in August, where we've got Saturday, Tuesday, we've got Sutton, and then another Saturday game. Do you see that as a positive for this team to sort of stay in their stride and maintain confidence?
Personally, I like the Saturday, Tuesday. I always have, but it's important that your squad remains fit, and that's the challenge. That boys are sharp and ready when they need to come in, that we're able to rotate when necessary, and have we got the numbers? That will be the test of the Saturday, Tuesday. We got through August all right, so I don't think it's something that we're fearful of. And I think every coach, manager would tell you, if you win on Saturday, you look forward to going and playing again on Tuesday. And on the flip side, if you lose on Saturday or perform poorly, it gives you a very quick opportunity to put things right. So I don't see that as a negative. I see it as a positive situation, and sort of embrace it, really.
Jody, good luck at the weekend.
Cheers.